Yes, we're on the record in cause number 322668. The state of Texas versus Giovanni Banda Rojas. Now, Mr. Rojas speaks Spanish, and we have an interpreter, Ms. Cindy Renteria. Would you please swear in, Ms. Renteria?
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear that you'll accurately translate Spanish to English and English to Spanish? So if you don't.
Okay. Okay, your name is Mr. Giovanni Banda Rojas. Would you please raise your right hand?
Alce su mano derecha.
Mr. Rojas, do you swear or affirm
Usted jura y afirma
to tell the truth,
decir la verdad,
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth,
toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad,
so help you God?
lo ayude Dios.
Okay, you may put your hand down.
Baje su mano.
How are you doing, Mr. Rojas?
He's doing good.
That's good. Mr. Rojas, the information states that on or about March 10th of 2019,
Con la fecha de marzo 10 de 1919,
while you were operating a vehicle or motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County,
estaba operando un vehículo en este condado de Jefferson,
that you were charged with the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration of 0.15 or more.
ese día le pusieron el cargo manejando bajo la influencia de alcohol, operando el vehículo.
Mr. Banda Rojas, do you understand what you've been charged with?
El cargo que tiene contra usted.
And to this charge, Mr. Banda Rojas, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Para este cargo, usted se declara culpable, no contesta el cargo o no culpable. Guilty.
Mr. Banda Rojas, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Se está declarando culpable por usted mismo voluntariamente. Yes.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Y se está declarando culpable porque en sí es culpable. Yes.
Mr. Banda Rojas, I have before me State's Exhibit Number 1, the misdemeanor plea admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese documento? Yes.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked, and it says that this is a Class A misdemeanor.
Ese documento dice que el cargo que usted tiene es una clase A.
And are these your initials at the bottom of this document?
Esos son sus iniciales abajo de ese documento.
And your initials is next to the paragraph that's titled Citizenship.
Sus iniciales están al lado del párrafo que es de ciudadanía.
And I will read this paragraph. It says, if you are not a U.S. citizen,
Si usted no es ciudadano de este país,
a plea of guilty or nola contendere
el que usted se declare culpable
may result in your deportation,
puede resultar que sea deportado,
exclusion from admission to the country,
que lo excluyan con permiso de este país,
or denial of naturalization under federal law.
o también le nieguen bajo leyes federales.
And do you understand that?
Si entiende todo eso. Yes.
And again, are these your initials?
Esos son sus iniciales.
What country are you from?
¿De dónde es usted? Mexico.
Mexico, okay, so we have to contact the consulate. On page 2 of this same document, are these your initials down here?
En esa segunda página del mismo documento, esos son sus iniciales. Yes.
And on page 3 of this same document,
En la
Mr. Banda Rojas, is that your signature up here?
En esa página 3, esa es su firma. Yes.
On the next document, which is the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, is this your signature at the bottom of this document?
Esa es su firma abajo de ese documento. Yes.
There's one box that's checked off here on the top. This box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Ese documento donde está la marca es de que no tiene derecho de apelar el caso. ¿Sí entiende? Yes.
I also have before me the discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
¿Reconoce ese documento?
And is this your signature on the second line of this document?
¿Esa es su firma en ese documento? Yes.
Before you signed and initialed these documents, did someone go over these documents with you in Spanish?
Antes de firmar esos documentos, ¿alguien se los explicó en español? Yes.
And did you understand everything in this document?
Sí, entendió todo lo de esos documentos. Yes.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
En cuanto a su reconocimiento, todo está verídico en esos documentos. Yes.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objections.
No objections. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Windler, you have advised and counseled Mr. Banderojas. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No evidence, Your Honor.
Mr. Banderojas, your attorney, Mr. Windler, has advised and counseled you.
A su abogado lo representó a usted.
Are you satisfied with his representation?
¿Está satisfecho de la manera que lo representó? Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Sí, le mostró toda la información legalmente y en todo sentido en su representación. Yes.
Mr. Banderojas, I will accept your plea of guilty.
El juez acepta su culpabilidad.
I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial.
Entiende que usted está mentalmente competente para tener juicio.
I will also find that your pleas and waivers were freely and voluntarily given.
Que toda la información fue voluntariamente dada.
And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
Y sin ninguna duda, él encuentra que es culpable.
Hey, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
The state is offering 180 days prorated over 18 months, a $1,000 fine plus court costs, 40 hours of community service, DWI standard plus NR.
May I see the judgment? Mr. Banda Rojas, the state is offering that you serve 180 days in jail, but you would not have to serve any time in jail on this case.
El Estado está ofreciéndole a 180 días en la cárcel, pero no tiene que servir los 180 días.
Because you will be on probation for 18 months.
La razón es porque va a estar en probación por 18 meses.
During the 18-month probationary period,
Durante los 18 meses de probación,
you will be required to pay a fine of $1,000 plus court costs of $452.
durante el periodo de su probación de los 18 meses tiene que pagar una fianza de $1,000 más el costo de la corte.
You will also be required to pay probation fees of $60 per month
También tiene que pagar una fianza de probación que son $60 cada mes.
a urinalysis fee of $15 each month,
Va a tener que someterse a una prueba de orina, el cual costo son $15 cada mes.
and your monthly installments will be $165 per month.
Sus mensualidades serían a 165 cada mes.
You'll be required to pay to the DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea.
También tiene que tomar un curso y va a tener que pagar ese curso aparte.
And should the initial evaluation determine that further evaluation is needed, you will be required to pay $50 for further evaluations.
Y si se requieren más evaluaciones, entonces tiene que pagar adicionales evaluaciones.
So, Mr. Giovanni Banda Rojas, will you be able to pay the monthly installments of $165 per month?
¿Usted puede pagar los 165 cada mes? Yes.
Now, do you understand the state's offer
¿Si entiende la oferta del Estado? Yes.
and the punishment in this case?
¿Y el castigo de este caso?
And do you think that it is fair and just?
¿Usted cree que es justo? Yes.
And do you accept it?
¿Y si lo acepta? Yes.
I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state and the punishment that the court has pronounced.
El juez entonces va a seguir la recomendación del Estado.
Now, Mr. Banda Rojas, you can stand over here on the X and you're gonna follow the instructions of the clerk, and have a good day.
Eso